Hello, and welcome back to Oolykee Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. And does it really matter what we're gonna be focusing on today? Cars. Let's go cars. Right, we're not going to be building cars, so we're going to focus on a conversation regarding the cars, or vehicles, in this case the car factory, motor vehicle factory. It's an interesting one. I think I should tone down my, not rhetoric, but what I think. The truth is, about my opinion about the rules and unimplemented rule is, self-implemented rules in this game is, I don't know. I really don't want to be a smartass who's gonna say, hey, this should be done, or hey, that should be done. I really don't know, and that's the bottom line. If I ever say that I do know something, I don't. So I would like to start a conversation with one point of view regarding some of the economy here in the game. So what are the points here? So if we're not gonna use something in a game, are we supposed to invest millions in it, or billions, or thousands, hundreds of thousands? And I'm not holding a stance here. I'm just literally would like to start a conversation on this, because currently my opinion is that if you, for example, need 10 locomotives or 20 locomotives, and you would like to have different kinds, so that means let's say 5 locomotives of each kind that you want. Is it really worth buying the blueprints of 5 locomotives and then getting all the materials to build a factory if you're not gonna focus on that? If you're gonna focus on that and your excuse is, let's say, exports. If you have car factory and you're exporting cars with some kind of self-implemented rules, like, for example, a limitation that you shouldn't export stuff that it's not produced in your country 100%, so for example, resources like plastics or chemicals or fabrics or whatever. So that means that seems legit, but automatically you don't have this rule about self-sustainability from the ground up, or what's it called, the vertical integration of economy, or some of those fancy terms. My question is it worth it? Is it worth to build a factory just so we can have 10 trucks? For example, up until now, we still don't have a fabric production in this country here. I did export one ship, I believe, and that was technically against some kind of self-implemented hard mode rules. But if you build your economy from the ground up, you obviously gonna be really, really rich, because that economy requires you to have oil supplies, which, of course, if you are self-generating them, so mining them and processing them, is going to create a lot of wealth for you, for example, bitumen and fuel exports. Even something that I'm going to try in the future as well, to be filthy rich only by exporting food products, because this is one of the resources that you don't have to have, you know, underground in order to be rich. Like, unfortunately, exporting wood and forests and this kind of stuff, it's not really profitable. We definitely need furniture in this. Yeah, I don't see one. Here is an idea, just just a side note. Furniture factory would be good. Why do we have electronics? I mean, like, yeah, we have propaganda and stuff, but furniture should be part of the, you know, thing. And the furniture is kind of, I would believe it's quite important in everyday life, more so than some people would like to think. So instead of Italian kitchens, we're gonna have Soviet Alaskan kitchens. Going back to the cars, I do not know, I 100% do not know what I think about this, what I think about the cars, and I just check this out. It looks like these are all done. Some of them are actually assigned to buses, and looks like buses are doing whatever they need to do. Right, so the question is, do we build this? What kind of goal are we achieving if we are, and I'm asking legit question, this is not sarcasm or anything, what kind of goal are we achieving if we build a factory for cars and then buy 10 different blueprints in order to make our streets a little bit more colorful? I did make my streets, our streets, sorry, colorful. We have different color buses, we have different color trucks, all of them are different, well, most of them, We have several different brands, and that makes our streets really nice and pretty. If I had to build those vehicles myself, it would be more or less 10-20 vehicles of each kind, maybe for construction offices a little bit more, but if I'm not gonna export those vehicles, which if you're playing a late game where you have already all your resources, there's no absolutely zero point of you exporting cars, because you should be filthy rich by now. If you are not exporting all the resources you have, that means that you're probably importing a lot of raw resources that you are you need to process it into vehicles. So that means you're not playing by some kind of hard rules or any self-inflicted rules or self-set rules for your country. So I am actually asking, are we even supposed to consider this as a thing? Are we supposed to consider that, you know, you should be building vehicles only for yourself just because reasons? Or should we import resources, process them, and then export the final product in this case? And this is one of the things I actually started thinking about, is not starting next series and not starting maybe ever, but interesting idea of starting with a car factory without any resources and then importing and processing all of that. I mean, some countries, like, I'm pretty sure that my favorite car that I'm driving now, the Rusty Skoda, doesn't have all the resources sourced in Czechia, Czech Republic, whatever you want to call it, or even Czechoslovakia, because in this timeline definitely it survived. So my question, I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure though, but I'm pretty sure that Skoda had some imported parts. Well, rubber doesn't grow definitely in Czech Republic. I hope I'm not wrong. Anyway, so this is one of the topics I would like to talk about, is what are we supposed to do with these, how are we supposed to implement these rules? And I'm not saying this as somebody who has any idea how to do this. I'm saying this as somebody who is actually legitimately asking a question. Are we supposed to do this? What do you guys think about these self-imposed rules? And as most of the times, I don't want to say as always, but it's gonna be like my final call. I'm not saying we're gonna do anything here. It's just I'm interested in opinion of other people as well, for once. All jokes aside. Anyway, let's talk about the game now. How long did I actually went on a rant for? 7.5 minutes. I'm getting old. This is crazy. I should have at least done half an hour of this. You know, like Fidel Castro, or who was it, 6 hour long, or Stalin or somebody, 6 hour long speeches. Definitely we need one of those. I need to do a 6 hour episode. You're not gonna see that, trust me. Anyway, tall building, that's what she said. Steph, funny. Right, so we're gonna focus on finishing this industrial estate today. Unfortunately, we need to finish a couple of roads first. For some reason, I'm really ashamed to say this, and it hurts me when I say this, but helicopters did a good job. So Kofti, there you go, I said it. Helicopters did a good job with building these 2 segments of a road in the middle, and interesting, yeah. Even on a small scale, I will somewhat consider having one in the future, maybe even 2 of these. Like, you see how flexible, how unreliable I am, that I'm changing my mind so often. So yeah, in the future we might use helicopters for construction as well, especially if it's you know, required fast construction. That's far over. For example, this oil thing that we needed, or electricity hoses to be finished, and this kind of stuff. Interesting stuff. Okay, we have permission, let's call it even an idea from El Jefe, the boss of Galask, to actually do something about the food production. And I'm gonna try to do this. Let's see here. This train is filling in. I will straight away tell him to go away, because we're gonna need a little bit of food, increase in food production. So El Jefe said that we should expand population of Galask. We have a green light. It's not gonna affect the livelihood of our people. And I will talk about my hometown a little bit. My hometown has it was a village. In 45 it was a village with a couple of thousand of people, and then in the late 40s that's something that was started in before 40s. The sugar refinery was finally finished, and the sugar refinery was built on the outskirts of the city. Let's say something like this. So old town center, which had no high rises, it was all houses, finally got something like industrial estate. It's not big, it's not fabulous, it's not lavish, it was industrial estate. And also got a couple of these houses. 2 home houses, like these buildings that have 2 entrances. And actually it was 4 one house that had 4 different apartments in it. It's just 1 story high or 2 story high, depending on how you count stories. It was a house, it was a building, it was a residential building with that was this tall. I'm showing with my fingers or hand this tall. There we go. So it's this tall building. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna demolish some of the roads here. We always love that, especially when they don't connect later on. Oh, darn it. This one is gonna be connected. So let's have this one finished and let them do this. Let them eat cake. What I'm gonna do now is build a residential building, something like that. So my hometown, way before I was born, got a sugar refinery, but on the outskirts of the city, that was probably just some fields, at the banks of a river, there was a sugar refinery. Sugar refinery was born, and next to that sugar refinery there was I would say around 100, maybe a little bit less, of those houses with 4 apartments in each house, and also there was 3-story high or 4-story high residential buildings on the outskirts of the city. It's not even a city center. So my hometown got a high-rise 3 or 4-story high-rise buildings on the outskirts of the city. We're gonna do something like that here, even though later on my hometown got the high-rise buildings even a little bit higher, 5, 6, 4, 5-story high buildings. There was they came later. The city center became the city. The whole new industrial area became a city center then. So the city center, the village center that got a refinery, sugar refinery, that refinery just stopped being a center of village center stopped being a village center, and everything was switched to closer to the refinery. They had dentists, schools, kindergartens. I believe my father told me he went there in a high school as well. Gymnasium. It was called back then. It's still called. But anyway, so what we're gonna do now is build these kind of buildings. Maybe not these. We'll see which one will fit. And they are kind of similar. These are 60 people buildings. We're gonna build a couple of those. We're gonna build a neighborhood near the industrial estate. And hopefully I'm gonna do a tasteful job. Fire department, everything was switched there. Even the first movie theater in my hometown was built around that refinery. So town center or village center stopped being exactly that, a village center. I will find something that fits in a similar decor to that building that was those buildings that were built there. It kind of is like this. It did have this angled shape roof. It didn't have the flat roofs. So I will try to find something similar. If I don't, it's probably going to be Mr. Chris's, the British Council flats or something like that. I will not go for the same old school. Here we go. It's something like this. Something like this. It was a little bit weirder, but more or less it would be, as previously mentioned, something like this. Right, so we have 60 and 90. I don't know how many people lived back there, back then in those apartments, but I believe this would be appropriate. That this place would be appropriate. An entrance, I believe the buildings, there were 2 of them, which we're gonna go for as well. We're gonna go for 2 of these buildings around here. So there were 2 of them. They had a nickname as well, but it's not well translatable in English. It was just some kind of nickname. What I'm gonna do now is create some of the footpaths around here for this area. So this is gonna be 180 additional people, workers living here. That will definitely boost our... this is definitely not a good idea. So let's remove this one. I will go for this building first. I need to build mud paths so we can start constructing the building. So let's go like this. And then we're gonna go for let's go like this. Let's build the mud roads like this and like this. And I think everybody knows what we're gonna do from now on. I will upgrade all of this to gravel roads. and off you go. And these two buildings are going to be built by general office. Perfect. So we have two buildings already assigned to be constructed. We have local workers working on it. I think we should have, and they were brick buildings as well. They weren't exactly like this, and they had small these one have balconies. Okay. It was a little bit, I think it's close approximation of the buildings that were there. So what we're gonna do now here, we already have a public transport system, and it had a public transport. My whole little hometown, I think it had two freaking bus stations, and it wasn't proper public transport. It was just some bus that goes from there to surrounding villages, but it stopped several times in my hometown, which made us all proud. We had a public transport system with freaking 7,000 people in a town, glorified village. Anyway, oh wow, I used to play basketball, and let's say that it actually sounds like a basketball court in there. There we go. Let's check some of the other things where these buildings are being constructed. So this is going to be additional population that's going to be working here. Why don't you just leave food to be recovered? Go away. Deliver that food. Hopefully we're going to recover some food from here. Okay, the silos are full. That's fine. We need to process more food. That would be really, really great. And some... Oh yeah, the first asphalt in my village, then growing to be a town, was actually going towards that sugar refinery. Everything else was old mud roads, maybe some gravel as well, but it was in 47 was when the refinery was open. Anyway, continuing on, we're gonna go and check out some of the setups, because this is what I'm interested in as well. I'm still leaning towards these construction. Sorry about that short coffee break, but let's move on. Right, so my hometown got asphalt. Right, we ended my hometown story there, so we're gonna continue doing continue mining these setups. And yeah, I came a long way, but it took a long time from being old, simple Oolykee. And we actually, I'm totally for these. I see the benefits of these construction offices, and hopefully in the future I'm gonna be like big boys that actually have different construction offices set up. So I will expand on this as well, but I would like to go and cover some things here. For example, for footpaths. Footpaths have access to steel because they need to finish some of the main roads, but do our roads have access to steel? In this case, road construction offices do have access to steel. They have access to steel, and we were discussing in the comment section about, not discussing, I was told that I assigned bus stops to roads, and I actually did. I was just not aware if the steel will ever be delivered, and you guys said that, well, you didn't say that I didn't have buses assigned to the... I didn't have buses assigned to the steel deliveries, but the roads do. Roads have access to steel deliveries, so I'm not sure if this is a good idea or not. I think it is actually, because at the point when the road actually requires steel, the flatbed trucks that are assigned to the road construction, they don't need to transport anything anymore. And even this Stats version of the road construction vehicle, we do have the crane, I see here. The crane vehicle. I'm not sure if this was intentionally or because it was a long time ago, if we are supposed to have this crane here. Okay, talking about big tall buildings, this is Steph's Tower. We can say that we have some kind of shops down there, and you know, breakfast at Tiffany's. This is breakfast at Stephanie's, so probably we can have some kind of restaurant up here on the sky, what's it called, sky lobby or high lobby or something like that. So this can be a lobby with a restaurant here, so breakfast at Stephanie's. So we're gonna go and expand our city. I need to continue expanding the capital city. Like I said, we're not gonna end this before we have... Wow, that's a decent capacity for students. I'm just hoping that we're gonna have enough groundwork, Murmansk, capital, bus. What am I missing here? Ah, right. Let's go. Murmansk started on this, so we're gonna finish it as well with Murmansk. And then we have Murmansk here. Let's go for construction Murmansk. Let them finish this. Let them eat cake. I need to be less funny because it's hilarious. Right, I didn't even connect this with footpaths, so let's try to see if this is gonna work. it's gonna work. Can we assign this to a construction site already? Indeed we can. Perfect. So what do you need? Construction Murmansk has all of these materials, and Construction Murmansk has buses as well. This is a good version. In this case, Stats's version of the construction office, with construction office having buses, fits perfectly into building these underground thingies. I'm not just sure if we need excavators for these, but it doesn't really matter because it takes only 200 work days to finish, and we have a lot of workers. They're gonna be brought here by buses. Okay, continuing on with overpass, underpass talk. We're gonna have a new city here, the rich part of the city. Rich, there's no rich, we're all equal. But we're gonna have a nicer area with nicer apartment buildings here on the hillside. Now, the hillside is one of the things that you can't really build massive buildings on. For example, if you go and try to build, let's say, these Ampere buildings, you can see that there's an extreme height difference in between areas, and any kind of building is gonna have to be skinny. We can try to rotate this one. Is it rotating? You're rotating. For example, these Ampere buildings, we will be able to level enough to place some of these, but I'm not really sure that I would like to do so. Like I said, the Croatia has a capital, third biggest city on the coast. It's called Rijeka. Rijeka city, or literally translated the river. But anyway, because of the small river that flows there. Anyway, this city has specific geography. It's located on a hard bedrock, but also it's on a really steep hillside. It's a deep water port, and it has like a lot of space for big ships to sail in there. And Austro-Hungarian Empire was important harbor, or maybe even the most important harbor. They did hold Trieste on and off, the city in Italy, but Trieste has a shallower seas there, so it's a little bit trickier to sail with the big ships there, while city of Rijeka had that. Why am I talking about this? Because of the strategic location of the city, it grew to, I would say, a few 100,000 people, 200,000-300,000 people, which for terms of my little hometown, home country, is a lot. For some of you, it's a borough of New York has more people than most of my, well, the whole country of mine. So, but anyway, it has a strategic importance there in that country, and of course in Yugoslavia as well. So, why am I saying this? The city expanded industrially. The first between me and you can check this, but the first torpedoes, the speedy things that sinks ships, was actually constructed in this city. So Austro-Hungarian Empire, I think it was back then when it was constructed. So it had strategic importance, also had a lot of industries there. So they of course built a city. So they needed a lot of people there. But the terrain was harsh. It was really hard to build on these kind of terrain. So they had to build buildings with smaller foundation. Fortunately, like I said in the beginning, the bedrock of the city is hard, really hard. There's a huge enormous rock underneath the city. You can just build as high as you want. It's stable as hell. It's not really too prone to earthquakes, but it happens from time to time. But since you have such a solid bedrock and a little bit of smart technology, you can do wonders even in that geographical area. So the city ended up having a lot of tall buildings, well, a lot, decent amount of tall buildings. Most of them were kind of commie blocks, like these ones here, the gray blocks with made of prefab panels. And for me, I don't know about other people, but for me, it's quite iconic. It's iconic for this city. I mean, other cities also in the coastal areas everywhere, from Montenegro, Albania, Italian side, they do have similar geography and so on, but I can't talk about them because I never spent too much time there, and this is the city I did spend some time in. So what I'm gonna do here is build a couple of these high-rises. They should be square-ish with a small foundation, but height is no limit. 15-16 floors is fine, but I would like to go for something like this Lenin Avenue building from Yerevan, Armenia. There are similar buildings like that, and also I think a couple of buildings that Mr. Robs has are similar to this as well. So I'm probably gonna be colorful about this. So So I'm actually quite a large. Yeah, I'm a large. I'm a huge fan of the brutalism and this kind of prefab architecture. I think it's useful, and little because I have some kind of German heritage. Little German is saying yes, be efficient. So this is square and efficient, and we need to go for that. So yeah, so I'm gonna go for something square and efficient. So for example, these buildings, but this is such a beautiful building. Unfortunately, this is student accommodation. I think we should lobby Mr. Robs to make a couple of those for as a residential building. Probably not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. So let's start. We're gonna go for some of these. I will build them with entrances on the sides like this, and I will level them to their own height. So for example, each one of these buildings will not be on the same level. Well, it's gonna be on the level where the road is. So I'm gonna create a couple of cliffs. Maybe cliffs. Why the hell not? Let's go with cliffs. So I'm gonna create a couple of the... okay, you can see why am I trying to level it with a road, because it's gonna be tricky to keep it. It's gonna be tricky to keep it. What the hell am I saying? What do you mean tricky to keep it? Anyway, let's skip the subject and let's continue on talking about things I know, which is quite limited. This is why the quiet often comes... is very well welcomed. So a couple of these blocks on this side, so let's choose a different type of high-rise to build on the, well, opposite side of the road. The thing is that it's becoming quite steep here, so building uphill, I am gonna have to go with a smaller footprint building, so I'm gonna have to do some serious mountain cutting, which is also some of the features of the city of Rijeka that I was talking about. The city stadium, you have to Google that. RI, so Romeo India Juliet, Kilo Alpha. Echo Kilo Alpha. Romeo India Juliet Kilo Echo Kilo Alpha. So Rijeka, city of Rijeka, R-I-J-E-K-A. Google it and see the stadium there. You're gonna be impressed. Kinda. I think it's the second weirdest stadium in the world on some list I saw it. It's cut out of the bedrock. Side of the mountain was cut, and there's a like 50-meter high cliff on one of the stands, above on one of the stands, and it's literally like you have nowhere to build in this city, so they had to do these things. Anyway, what I wanted to do is put some different kind of buildings on the opposite side, but before we go there, I need to start on some of the infrastructure first. So we need to go across this railroad. How I'm gonna do this? I'm gonna go with... who was it? Was it Manuel who said that we should build mixture of overpasses and underpasses? And yeah, sure, I'm actually all for this. So what I'm gonna do now is build a couple of overpasses, but the different ones, the steel overpasses. Usually I like concrete ones. You know, the brutalist these days, them and their concrete. So come on, there we go, something like this. I'm kind of hoping... Okay, this looks like it's a thing, it's a possibility. I'm not sure if they're going to be connected to each other. No. Angle is too sharp, so this is going to be a little bit trickier to implement. Of course, I think I should start on this steep part, because the other side looks like it's a little bit easier to build. We can do it this way, or we can do it this way. I don't really know. They should have some kind of... No, they have a public transport system. This is just for college and stuff. Probably going to have to build us shops as well, but let's start with this. So we're gonna have overpass here, I'll connect it later. We're gonna have overpass here in the center of, well, where the main station is. Maybe from that station side, you can see that, yes, it can be connected here, so I'm just gonna go like this. Overpass and overpass, perfect. And then we're gonna go here and go over here as well. So we have a couple of these overpasses, so let's connect them. They're gonna look how they look. We're gonna do... hopefully decent enough job. And what the hell? Okay, this is steep. Looks like the height difference between these two is a little bit off. So I'm gonna have to change that. Let's go and move these overpasses elsewhere. And there we go. Remove this and let's build these. Looks like this side. We have that overpass there, but I think we can't have enough of overpasses. Here we go, and let's see if this is going to be connectable. It will. Perfect. So let's construct a couple of these. Let's connect them all with each other, and fun. This is one of the problems of the cities like this, the steepness. So actually this is a hole. I didn't even realize that. Let's try to smooth this out. We can, because both of them are on less steep terrain that actually looks like, but yeah, you can see that we can build stuff. But look at this. Can we connect this? We can connect it, but it's not going to be straight. But this is what you get with these kind of cities or connections. So it can't everything be perfect. You can see that we can upgrade some of these footpaths. We said that we're going to try to connect it here. And this one can be connected. Well, should we go for a grid pattern here? Yeah, sure. Why the hell not? Something like this. Let them eat cake. Let them start with this, and they're gonna finish whenever they finish. Overpasses, so we have only 2. Here we go, 3. Let's just go and build it like this, and why the hell not? Upgrade this for firefighting purposes. And what's with this? Look at these roads here. I don't think we need this road. I'm gonna remove it all the way. But I will create some of the some new footpaths here. This one looks like it is going straight here. This one doesn't need to be connected, so at least a little bit better connection. Probably we should build something here, maybe a shopping center, shops or something. It's close enough there. Probably shops should be around here. You know what? Let's start on the shops. I think next to the train station. I don't know where you live, but usually, like I said previously, sometime long time ago, I used to say that there were shops, restaurants or inns near the railroad station. This is a public transport railroad station, but I think we deserve it. Not in, we don't have to have a pub, but we at least can have a shop here. Now this shop is gonna be whatever we can place here. Like I said, this is a hillside, and the best building if we need a capacity would be Rusalka. Rusalka has a small footprint and would fit here perfectly and snugly. So I hope you guys agree with this. So we're gonna go for one Rusalka over here. Rusalka shop, so the hillside people can have some nice things too. Of course we have a space for mechanisms, so I'm pretty sure our road construction office will be able to finish all of this. They will need electrical components, so let's go and assign footpath as well. That should be fine. So we have a shop here. One big thing I actually failed to check is, do we even have electricity here? And look at this. This building is iffy a bit, so we don't have electricity here. It does switch to that side, but this hillside here is going to be tricky with electricity. So I think we should plan for this straight away. We have decent, quite decent electrical installations in the capital city. We did start away with well, decent, as previously mentioned, infrastructure. We thought about a lot of stuff, but even from then I learned more. Like I learned even how to make things better. I will build this straight away without footpath connections, so I would like this finished, and footpaths can be upgraded whenever in the future. I'll leave these buildings all piled up like this and assign them, well, actually soon. I should assign them soon. Can this be constructed if it has a footpath? No, dice. No, it can't. So let them do this. Underground cables. That's gonna be a big one. So let's go for underground cables. F3. Where are the other cables? Oh, this looks like it's gonna be fun. You can see that we're gonna have issues going through here. But actually, there's no buts. We are missing a couple of connections over here. What is this? This is a tram connections. We don't have enough electricity in Babushkino. Okay. Fine. We'll handle this. We have connections over here. We will create a new electricity infrastructure for Babushkino from the other side. So we're gonna have another power substation, power transformer. We're gonna go for the same 190-degree angled one and place it outside of the cable system here. I think this is good enough. We already have in our head the calculations that is, I have no doubt, making some people proud that we are making these kind of calculations, but this is now permanently tattooed on my brain that how much of power, how much, why is there two of these? Okay, right, sure. How much power is going to be needed for these exchangers? How many cable? How big of a cable do we need here? So this is Babushkino, and this is going to be not really a redundant system. This is just something that Capital City needs. Even more of these substations and transformers. So in this case, this is just necessity rather than some kind of redundancy. So there we go. We have another electrical system. I will leave a little bit of space here and there for all of this. And let's start. Let's start for the constructing this new neighborhood. We can see that all of these construction offices. Whoa, what's this one? Alright, what the hell is this? We have a couple other things that I'm gonna talk about as well in a second. I'm just gonna have a coffee. So the things I wanted to talk about is you guys said that our roads in the capital city look quite, yeah, let's call them snowy. But you can see here that we disconnected our technical services, which is way inadequate for this size of this size city. So we're gonna go for another set of technical services over here. Do they have? Do we have the ones with two entrances? I know that we can go all in on the big ones, but I'm not gonna do that. I will probably build a couple of smaller ones. So we can start with these technical services towards this industrial area here. I think this is decent. We can straight away disregard these technical services that we have over there. What about these roads? Can we do something about these roads? We probably can. Let's remove these. What about bigger? No, I don't think we can go bigger. Four of them is enough. It's not about the size of the boat, it's the motion in the ocean. That's what I keep telling myself. So let's go and build this one, and there we go. So we can start on this as well. I have no idea what this is. This is a depot, probably for extension, for doing some construction over there. But oh right, that was for leveling for the refinery. Sure, why the hell not? Let's go with capital, not the road, but buses. Get some people here. Let's finish this one. I will assign this construction office to these constructions that are already pending. So let's go one by one. This one can... Oh, right. I should probably have some kind of footpath infrastructure in place so we can work on these buildings. So this is peachy. So let's go like this. And again, this one can go... You know what? These buildings are connected. That's fine. We can go for nice infrastructure here. Oh, there's no such a thing. There's no such a thing. Let's just connect it like this and leave this one alone. So this one needs to be removed. Fine, go away. We can construct these buildings, but we should... this one is connected by mud roads, so this one needs to go away as well. And construct this, and then sure, I'm pretty sure we're gonna build stuff there, but let's start with this. We're gonna in the meantime upgrade the rest of the stuff. So we can start on these. Yeah, of course. So let's go one more time. 1, 2, and 3. I'm pretty sure that these are all one vehicle construction. Yeah, and we can do another one. So let's go for the fourth one, so we can have 4 excavators working at the same time. That's probably gonna be these technical services over here. That is fine. That's fine. We're missing something here. All right, okay, so we have a couple of constructions that we need to finish. What's with Steph's tower here? Requires mechanical components and electrical components. I think buses can deal with this. Buses can bring all of this, but it requires 10 tons of electrical components. Breakfast at Stephanie's. That's gonna be my favorite restaurant here, I'm pretty sure. That's gonna be nice. Anyway, continuing on, I said I'm gonna build a couple of more residential buildings, but I also want to keep in mind that, yeah, you can see how they're going uphill, step pyramids. Step pyramid style. Right. These things are assigned, vehicles are on the way, residential buildings. I will build a couple of residential buildings on this side. Unfortunately, here we don't have a lot of space on the roadside. Now, the most similar buildings to the ones in Rijeka, city of Rijeka, are kind of these towers. Now, this is one of my favorite buildings. I kind of got sick of them already, but I think they're gonna have new renaissance here. And I think I'm gonna go for a couple of those just to utilize and use this space in between the railroads, because this is one of the skinniest and buildings with the smallest footprint I know. So a couple of these over here, again somewhat of a high-rise. This is some kind of socialist communist heaven, where you have idyllic locations where usually in the capital cities or capitalist countries you would have rich people living, and we have these commie blocks in the prime locations. So it's kind of communist idealism. Yeah, so we're gonna have a couple of those. I even forgot to check how many people this is gonna bring here. So we have these buildings, they are 65 each, so that's around 200 people in those buildings, and these are 160 I believe each. So yeah, there's a decent amount of people to live in this neighborhood. Of course they're gonna need stuff. That's why we're gonna have public transport system, which probably we should stop as soon as possible because there's nobody driving around here. Did we stop it elsewhere? Pretty sure, yeah, ish. Whoa, okay, this is good. This is good. I think we're okay, kind of good. We are not done, but we are almost done. This is gonna circle the whole construction here. This is what we need to finish for the last things for trams to be implemented. I still need to check, double check what kind of trams we have to have, because Pickle Babushka told us there's a specific trams we have to have on this line, and I will buy them. One other thing I wanted to finish here after this is done with this construction office would be this line going all the way here before we put everything in production. So I would like to assign these for construction. So this is kind of easy. I will do it like this. There's only going to be... Do we have sharing of the power system here? I think we should share electrical system between these two grids. So what I'm gonna do now is connect this with this. So I'm gonna connect these two and let them finish it, both of these, and I think they're set on automation, so they will continue building everything that is in their range. That includes this and this. So I'm gonna let them finish the construction here. That shouldn't take them too long. They just need to finish construction all the way there, and that's it. So they're gonna be sharing the electrical system with the rest of the grid, the train electrical system, because we have electrical system here for trams. In real life it doesn't work like that. I think in some cases there are different voltages. Anyway, so we have a lot of residential areas here. What else will they need? They're gonna need schools. You know what? I'll see with a school. School is gonna be a tricky one. We have decent capacity in this school. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna need another school. This one is a big one. It has a lot of capacity, 280. But I don't think we're gonna be able to house twice as many kids, because we are expecting the population to double in the capital city. So let's go and build a school. School next to the train station as well, so kids can choose where to go to school. It's gonna be easy access for them. 240. This also looks decent. It looks like it's gonna take a fair bit of terraforming, but I don't think I mind this. So if you go for this level, let's just level this a little bit, because I think it might be enough. Capacity. This is way too big. I'm not gonna put this one here. These are way too big. So I think this one, 240, 180, 240. So either this one here or this one here. The skinnier one. I'm gonna go for... what about this one? This is 1960s. I think that's maybe a little bit too much. So let's go for this school over here. Let's level this as much as we can. Yeah, this is creating some of those iconic cliffs I was saying, like a really steep terrain. Initially, we will end the city over here. We're not gonna go any more uphill. But if we need to go, I will go. I can create a road. We can plan for a road going from here, for example, uphill, and then have something that Whale here was advocating for, the tunnel city that has a lot of tunnels or underpasses, so going from really tall hillsides all the way down. But we'll see how that's gonna go. They need to finish these and these. We're gonna have footpaths, capital footpath to finish these roads as well. Buildings have started construction, and I think I should ease off on these now. The footpaths are gonna be done soon. Well, there's a lot of work here. So the footpath is going to be really busy, the footpath construction office. How are we doing population-wise? Staff's Tower is still not done. Ah, look at the people working here. Perfect. Let's have everybody working here, because we need 1,600 days to finish this one. It's in the center of the city. Oh, look at this little guy. I totally forgot about this one. Capital 2. Whenever you have chance, just send an excavator to finish this. That would be nice. Look at the employees coming here. I think we need cranes. Cranes would be really cool. Look at the trolley buses buzzing around. Ah, beautiful. Are you bringing people? I think they're bringing people here, so we're gonna have crap load of people here working now. I need a crane. We really need a crane. If a crane arrived here, all of this would be... Phew, zoom. Would be zooming around. These are all buses. There's no cranes on the way. I have no idea why. Capital 1 should have cranes. I don't know. Maybe it's too tall. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. But crane would definitely speed this up. Look at the amount of people working here. With this amount of people, it's going to be done in 2 days. I'm telling you, this is going to be amazing. Right, I had to record this in 2 segments. We have another 13-14 minutes to go, so that's perfectly fine. Global market report. What's with the oil? Do we care? I still, this is one of the discussions we should have. Train waiting for too long. Oh, okay, but this is a new message. I don't think this is gonna be... Yeah, I have no idea. Where are you going? Are you going to the harbor? Unloading. Yeah, this one looks like it's going to a harbor, yeah. Probably because of the connections that we did over here, and now suddenly this is considered the railroad as well because of these connections. But I can easily do this. Mix semaphores, just separate this and this, and that's it. And you can see that this train is going to start moving. You can see that it's moving. It's delivering coal for the exports. Not that we are exporting anything at the moment, but still, little engine that could. I still didn't finish this. Can we finish this? Yeah, sure, why the hell not? Okay, let's finish this. Copty helicopter, why is this not connected? Because it's not. I think there's no two ways about it. We need to connect this all the way. Let's just build this. Mud roads. This is all connected. I can build those. This is gonna be tricky. This is not gonna work. Actually, you know what? We said that we're gonna... Oh, is this finished? Yeah. We said that we can connect this with mud roads and finish just the tower. And we can build the conveyor belts from adjacent towers. So this can all be constructed. This is the final... what am I still missing here? This is... This is loading, ship loading, this is unloading. This is gonna be tricky one. I'm gonna have to do something with this one. We need to have a harbor that is connected to this system here for unloading these ships. So this harbor is also in a bad location because I don't know how to connect it properly. We'll work on this, don't worry. But anyway, this should be assigned. It's already assigned. Murmansk has, again, free hands to... Murmansk rules the construction. So we're gonna go and assign this and this and this. All right, it needs to finish this first. Okay, this is connected. Connected. I'm assigning these multiple constructions at the same time because some of them don't require excavators, some of them right. If they don't need excavators, they need a different office assigned to this. Yes, my bad. So we have this. Right. Sorry about that. Here we go. And that's... Ooh, I missed this one. There we go. Okay, so... And here. This should be done now. Done soon. And as soon as this road is done, which is also going to be a few, well, minutes, we should be good to go. Okay. What else is happening around here? What's growing on? Huh. That should be our farm motto. What's growing on? Anyway, what's going on? Let's see with the St. Thomasburg. St. Thomasburg only has few constructions, as I can see, so that means that they're doing a decent job. St. Thomasburg, the final construction is here, concrete. That's going to require nuclear too, so let's go and finish that stage. University is done, so most of the things in this city is done. Control G. Let's see how it's going to look like. Oh, I think it's nice. I think it's going to be nice. If I did screenshots from in-game, I don't know. I think in-game screenshots sometimes they don't look that nice as a thumbnails, so that's why I'm not using it. I'm using some more professional photos as thumbnails because it doesn't really matter in the end. It's just, you know, it's just something you guys are gonna see that is gonna be somewhat of a topic of our episode, and that's it. You can see that the railroad is being finished. That's quite nice. These are too far to be finished by automation. Oh, and unfinished to be finished by automation. And also we need electrify all of these. So what do we start with first? Let's go and finish these first. Oh, I forgot about this one. So this needs to be pretty long. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. No. Let's cut this one short. So... yeah, I think I'm gonna go like this. Actually, it needs to go here. So, 1. I think that this is decent enough. I can set it for construction. I'm pretty sure that the automation won't be assigned here, so I'm gonna have to do it manually, which is not a problem. We have, well, I'm learning. I'm getting better at this. So let's go one by one. What I can do here, where is it? Okay, here. What I can do here is assign this one to this. So you can see he is gonna construct one of these lines all the way to the end, wherever he needs to finish them at, and that's gonna be it. Now what we have to do, what we can do, we can electrify the second line. That shouldn't be a problem. So if we go for electrification and go all the way from here to, let's say, here, and then here, and then here. I'm just hoping that they're not gonna be selected for by automation. You know what? I need to start doing it from this side, just because if automation kicks in, they might have issue with building these. So I'm gonna go and put power cables above these railroads. We are building this in 2 different stages, because they cannot finish the parking lot near the border. They cannot finish it at the same time, 2 trains at the same time. So it has to be 1 train building those, because they have to use the same railroad line. I will have the second one to start electrifying. On electrifying the left-hand side line. So we're gonna go all the way. Here we go. We're all the way here. Oh, that's cool. There we go. So we have this line. We should have this line electrified. I will go and assign this train as well to this construction. So let's see what we can do. With this, so we have only 1 of them assigned. So if I go over, oh, right, they don't have power from previous connections. So let's see how far they need to go. All the way here. What about this one? Okay, this one has. Okay, that's it. We are done with setting this railroad up. Sorry about that. I'm just looking at the time so we don't have extremely long episode. Ta-dum. I haven't had tequila in ages, and I have zero wish to have some, so I'm fine. Right, that's it. What's with this one? This one requires people to be finished. Nuclear buses. Do we have everything here? The shops are still not done. The roads are done. We need nuclear 1. Let's go for this bridge, nuclear 1, and we can start on the footpaths for the shops, or at least this shop, Rusalka. And do we have any shops here? This one is also almost done. We need steel, really? More steel? But we need people to finish this, so I'm gonna go for nuclear buses as well. So buses can finish this one, that one. We have a pub here. Nuclear 1, go and finish a pub. Residential buildings, leave them alone. We're gonna finish them later. This needs to be finished, and this is a shop, department store. Okay, so department store, nuclear 2. Let's go with this, and that should be it. What's with this one? This is heat exchanger, right? We're gonna have to build that one as well. Nuclear 2. I think we're missing one heat exchanger. This one here. Yeah, I'm gonna build mud roads. Later on, we're gonna upgrade these mud roads to gravel roads for firefighting purposes. And you're gonna go for nuclear 1. I think this is enough construction for Thomasburg. St. Tommy. So we're gonna go for to finish this, and I think this will be the last stage. As soon as I start distributing goods around here, I think we're gonna be ready for people. School is here. Right. School needs to be assigned to buses. Kindergartens, we're gonna deal with them later. Let them eat cake. Let them take care of their kids initially. We don't have that. We don't need that many workers. As long as they're comfortable here, that would be the most important thing. We have Janacek Theater. We have university. We have school. We need functioning public transport system, which can start as soon as these bridges are done. And school, university, religion, health, firefighters, we have them in the industrial area. Anything missing here? I have no idea. Well, residential buildings, that's gonna be a huge undertaking. I'm thinking I'm gonna build like 10 different buildings. We do have 4 already, at least 6 more, and then I'm gonna set them up to be constructed at the same time. That's gonna be sight to see. That's gonna be a nice episode. Farming areas, almost done. Actually, they're done. We're done with farms. Sure. They have everything auto-assign. All the fields, let's see. Yellow fields. Oh, look at these. They have this one and this one. Now you do. Perfect. On the other side, everything is assigned. Let's go real quickly and set this up. Wow. How many vehicles is this? 21? Oh, crap. Is that a lot? I think it's a lot. Sure, whatever. 1995, 1990, here we go, Belarus. 24 level, 24, 28, this is close enough. Second hand these. Kirovets, hell yeah. We are going for Kirovets, I don't care what you say. What's the difference between these two? Alright, this is old one and a new one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Initially, I'm gonna put like this and harvesting Soviet ones. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's gonna be more than enough, but I think that's fine. And then real quickly, I will set this as unloading cargo station. Perfect. And loading is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 fields initially, all of them loading, 1 unloading, and 90% unloading, and we need vehicles. Oh, spring is here, yay! Right, covered hull, here we go, covered hull. Total capacity, oh, Kirovets as well. I know Mr. Stutz is gonna hate us. No, we're gonna go for something. Yeah, I'm gonna go for something efficient. Let's go for 8 of these. 8 initially. Let me know if you think that this is okay, or should we go for more? Fuel is not being delivered. Let's go for capital. Do we have a fuel deliveries distribution from here? Didn't I have a distribution office? We need distribution office there. But fuel is gonna be initially delivered from here, if we have any space here. Looks like we do, but I will deliver fuel. I give you fuel. perfect. You will have to go all the way around though, because I'm removing these mud roads, because this railroad is gonna become more and more used. So what's with this? All right, I need to remove it. Perfect. Go away different way. That's it. I think that's it. If it's a little bit shorter, I'm sorry, because I forgot what's the... Okay, I can check this one, but it doesn't really matter, actually. 16... Yeah, actually, yeah, we have a minute or two. Let's see what we can do. This is gonna be done. I'm fine with that. Distribution office. Yes, let's go with the distribution office. This is one of the things that I forgot to put in here. New road. Sure. Do we have any objections regarding this? So if we go for a couple of distribution offices, I will put one just in case, and I'm gonna put one that is actually needed. Where are you? Here we go. Big ones? Why the hell not? Yeah, I think we should purpose-build distribution offices. Initially, I'm gonna put 2 just in case. I will need to fit a road first, so we can talk about what needs to be done here. So I'm gonna go for road, finish this. It's gonna be done by automation. Later, we're gonna deal with distribution offices. One is gonna be for fuel. The second one is gonna be for... Oh, I forgot stuff. Maybe something that we're gonna be producing around here. But anyway, we're gonna say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Oh, better view. I think from Thomasburg hillside here is gonna be the best view of the valley. Maybe even on a clear day you can see the sea there. I don't know. We can't see it now. It's a little bit foggy, smoggy. Right, if you enjoyed this one, press the like button. If you didn't, leave a nasty comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, notification bell, ring it, comment section, hit it. And if you want to support the channel, you can always buy me a coffee. You have a link in the description of the video. Guys, happy Saturday, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye-bye.